I walk between these two worlds, a split life, split skin, split tongue, split kin. Every day these worlds collide, and I'm living and breathing this story of black and white. Sitting in the middle of this collision, my mission is to bring two divided worlds to sit beside this fire and listen. Through this skin, I know where I belong. It is both my center and my division. Yura, Karabura. My ancestors dance in the stars and their tongues are in the flames, and they tell me, you have to keep this fire alive. Between the black and the white, there's a story waiting to be spoken. In every life there's a spirit waiting to be woken. The sacred songs are still being sung, but their words are slowly fading. The distant cries I'm hearing are the mothers bearing their babies. The elders are standing strong, but the ground beneath them is breaking. Written by Alice Earthery in 2019, Yurikubai, as she says, is about identity, and it was a really hard thing to write in the beginning because identity is such a big issue. Hi, I'm Michaela Fenter, and I would like to open by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which I work and live, and recognise their continuing connection to the land, water, and community. I pay my respect to the elders past, present, and emerging. To each individual, their identity is a vital part of the way they function, where they stand in society, who they associate with, and where their comfort zone is. Identity is central to the psychological functioning of members of ethnic and racial minority groups. In 1984, Bernie stated that being Aboriginal is not about the colour of your skin or how broad your nose is. It is a unique feeling that is difficult for non-Aboriginals to fully understand. Alice Earthery wrote courageously about how her identity is the centre and the division of her life. It makes her proud of her community, but her community also faces challenges on a daily basis in regards to their identity. In 2008, the Australian government created a commitment to the Indigenous community by setting a target to ensure 95% of all Aboriginals and Torres Strait Islander 4-year-olds are enrolled in early childhood education by 2025. This is on track, with 96.4% of children enrolled in 2018. This means more Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children are getting access to learning opportunities that will set them up for a better future. Although this was a government initiative to create opportunity, it created conflict and issues with Indigenous identity and associated them with long-standing government policies that aimed to close the socio-economic gap between Aboriginal and non-Indigenous populations. It demonstrated that the Indigenous population are in need of being brought up to non-Indigenous standards, thus making them feel as though their place in society is not valid until achieving such expectations set by the government. Earthery spoke about the impact that ancestors, elders, and traditions have on forming their identity. Alice's personal experience and knowledge on the hardships of being judged because of her identity makes the poem even more touching to the readers and audience. As a pre-service teacher, I understand the importance of creating a safe and accepting classroom to encourage my students to embrace and celebrate their own identity. The 4 R's of Indigenous philanthropy is a framework in place to ensure that the desire for respect, relevance, reciprocity, and responsibility is fulfilled. It is important that we take responsibility in allowing our students to feel free in who they are. As pre-service teachers, we need to respect the protocols to avoid stereotypes and respect Indigenous traditions. It is crucial we have relevant and appropriate topic material to make sure we are creating mutually beneficial lessons to support a diverse range of students. As pre-service teachers, we have the potential to impact our students' self-worth, self-esteem, and allow our students to share a sense of belonging and connectiveness. Our identity creates a pathway for our future. It creates behaviours and traditions. Some of us are lucky enough to have never had that part of our life taken away from us. As a teacher, it is our job to ensure none of our students feel as though their identity or Indigenous position is at stake. Along with Alice, we should all aim to make our mission to bring two divided worlds together to create a collaborative and inclusive classroom environment.